anyone who disagrees with us or challenges us or makes us uncomfortable is like, well, you're wrong then. Because I was told my whole life, if anything made me not feel happy, then it's not right.
And not even like you're just wrong, you are bad.
Yeah, wow.
You are dangerous.
Yeah.
And I can't listen to you or be around you.
When in reality, like every topic, this has nothing to do with the Broncos.
Okay.
Every topic is like this 3-dimensional complex thing that like I can see this part of, but Doug can see that part of, and you can see that part of, and you can see that part of. And like conversation is literally the only way that we're going to be able to have a bigger perspective on this. But if Doug is automatically wrong in my eyes because he sees that part of the hat, then I'm literally never going to see that part of any issue.
Right.
I'm only going to see it from this perspective. Like conversation is God's great gift for us to have a bigger, more robust way of looking at the world, and we're just shutting it down.
Welcome to the Afterthoughts podcast, this time featuring James Keathley.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Before we get into anything, the first thing I need to ask you is what gives you the right to wear that hat on this podcast?
How dare you?
You know what? You did that purposefully today.
James may be the only Chiefs fan that I like.
I grew up in the state of Missouri, man. It's not my fault.
There we go.
Yeah.
You get what you get, you know? And I'm a loyal
You're
guy.
from Missouri.
I'm from Missouri.
Okay.
Yes.
That is acceptable.
Right.
People that are like, oh, I'm a Yankees fan. Where are you from? Arizona. I'm like, what?
No thanks.
Unacceptable. This, acceptable, but I don't like it. And I want you to know that from the very beginning that I hate your hat.
I accept it.
hate your hat.
I accept it.
Okay.
And I also recognize we're in the glory days of the Chiefs now.
You are.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's
You
why.
were.
Well,
Till the Super Bowl.
Valid.
Yeah, call it, Doug.
That's right.
valid.
Can we get some eagle sound effects maybe going? 3 things?
Was that even hard to watch, or was it like, well, we had so many recently that I don't really care?
It was hard to watch.
Okay.
By the third quarter, I did get to that place where I was like, you know what? We've had a lot.
You start talking to yourself.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're a glass half full guy,
Yeah.
so I'm not surprised.
It's a long time to reflect.
Okay, sorry to start this episode with so much hostility, everyone. But I needed to get that out. We got a full house in here for James. This is the most guests we've had in the room watching a live podcast right now, which is incredible. Gets me excited for the 100th episode party. More details to come.
What?
In a future episode.
Little teaser.
Or a past episode, depending on when this airs, I guess.
Yeah.
James, give us a quick introduction of yourself. Other than that, you are a Chiefs fan. Let's find out some good things about you.
Yes. I am James. I am from Missouri. I've worked at Red Rocks in Denver since 2014. My wife also works at Red Rocks in Denver. She's worked there since 2012. She's a worship leader. Her name is Brene. We have 4 kids.
Wow.
One of them is 7 years old, just turned 7. We have a 5-year-old girl. We have a 3-year-old girl. We have a 1-year-old boy.
Wow.
So we like to have kids, but now we are done having kids.
You're done. Do you know all their names? Can you tell us their names?
Do you ever call one of them the other name? I do that all the time.
Do I ever not call them the other person's name? Yeah.
Yes.
It's often like, okay, Caspian is our oldest.
Amazing
like
name.
Yeah.
Prince Caspian.
Prince
He's
Caspian.
from Narnia.
Of course.
Well done.
Bristol is our oldest daughter.
Very cool.
Vesper is our 3-year-old. And Thaddeus, we call him Gus or
Wow.
Thad. He's the 1-year-old.
Such cool
Cool
names.
names.
Such cool names.
Thank you, guys.
course.
Thank you.
Brene is a cool name, and then your name is James.
James.
Last
Indeed.
name is Keathley.
Yes.
How'd you guys come up with that?
Explain the thought process behind that.
What's that
It comes from the United Kingdom.
Really?
I did the thing, the DNA thing.
Oh, yeah. You
Yes.
found out.
Found out.
Is Bristol related? Is that a city there?
It is a city in the UK.
That's what I thought.
But no, that is, my wife had a story about her name. What? A dream. About her name.
Wow. Bristol,
Yeah, so there
Connecticut,
you go.
also where ESPN.
Yeah,
is.
that's
Connecticut.
right.
So
Yes.
that's probably.
But Bristol, England, yeah, that's
Okay.
okay.
Okay. And you also lived in Europe.
I did.
You gotta say it like
I
that.
did. I did live in Waterloo,
Which
Belgium.
is where England is.
It's
no,
part of that. Well,
it's not. Brexit, dude.
It's
Brexit.
yeah. They
Oh.
They're not a part of Europe
Part
anymore.
of the European Union.
they're kind of like the Texas of Europe, where they're like, we're kind of a part of this, but not really. We're kind of doing our own thing over here.
Yeah.
They
So they're
still
just
have
not a
kings and
continent. They're
queens.
not on any continent.
Nope.
That's
It was
you
like,
can't do that.
First there
No,
was
they're just
Texas,
hanging
out.
then there was Brexit.
Brexit.
Right.
Mm.
And they still have a
Texas.
monarchy, which,
That's
that's a whole nother thing in itself. But let's not get too deep into that. Let's talk about when you lived in Belgium.
But enough about them.
Don't talk about those.
Let's talk about the land of
Caspian.
waffles.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So in 2016, Brene and I moved to Brussels, Belgium. We actually lived in Waterloo, like Napoleon's Waterloo.
Wait, tell me about that. I don't.
You know about Napoleon?
Yeah, tell Ethan about that.
I know who Napoleon was.
Napoleon had like a famous defeat in Waterloo.
Oh, yeah,
Because Belgium was often like fought for from like the Dutch or the German side would like fight for the territory, or the French would fight back. So it was kind of this back and forth thing. But it just so happened
Waterloo,
where we lived.
Wow.
Yeah, Waterloo.
Did you see the movie? There was a movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
I did see that movie.
Was it accurate to your experience there?
Very
having lived in
very
Waterloo.
similar.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix was a neighbor. Yeah.
Oh, he
while we were
was.
there.
He was. Yeah, getting in character.
Yes, exactly.
When you hear the name Napoleon, be honest. Do you first think of the short French general or Napoleon Dynamite?
Or ice cream.
That's Neapolitan. AJ's in the house today, by the way. She's here for Answers with AJ because Kayla's out of town, but also for Ice Cream with AJ. And maybe you and Dom could grab some Napoleon ice cream for everybody. This is off to a good start. I'm liking this. I am liking this episode.
This is a strong
I've already gotten a fight with James over his hat. We've connected his life to Napoleon's life somehow.
In ice cream.
And ice cream. We made up a new flavor. Of ice cream.
It's small.
Napoleon Dynamite, though, to answer your question.
Yeah. Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome.
That is, when I saw that movie.
I've got an honest question. Do you, Napoleon Dynamite came out in 2004?
Yeah.
2003? Can we check that?
Yeah.
So that was a long time ago.
Chat 3PT over there.
Thanks, chat. Do you guys ever just find yourself like on a walk, hanging out, and then think back to a scene from Napoleon Dynamite and start laughing? Because that happens to me probably every 4 months or so.
His brother is the one who really got me.
2004.
2004.
Yes.
Kip's character.
Uncle Rico gets probably the most references these days.
He's the most portable.
Kip was
insane.
I love technology.
You've always reminded me of Kip.
But
That's
not
who Doug reminds me
as much as
personality,
you
general softness.
But I still love technology, always and forever.
Is that going to get taken down off YouTube because it sounds just like
it.
the algorithm's going to catch that?
Right.
You and me are Napoleon and Kip.
How many times have I said to you guys over there, if you go over by that creek, man, you can find some shows on here.
So many times.
Probably, I don't know, 3,000 times.
Could be.
1,000 times.
But my first time saying it to James.
Dude, thank you. It is such an honor. Thank you.
You feel like you're back
welcome.
in Brussels?
No. No. But this is a dream.
Because of Napoleon?
Yeah. Because Napoleon Dynamite is also
connected those
Napoleon and then
So,
Waterloo.
let me get this
Phoenix,
straight.
method actor.
Yeah.
James's neighbor.
Cut down the confusion. People don't all love the banter here. So you planted a church with Napoleon from France, Napoleon Dynamite, and Joaquin Phoenix. The four of you planted a church in Waterloo.
Yep. Yeah,
Wow. And was it successful?
So we did plant the church. My wife and I and another couple, they were that led the church. We started in 2016. We met in like an international schools auditorium, and they're still meeting. They're going to be
awesome.
10 years old next year.
Come on.
Amazing. Pretty awesome.
Very cool.
So great, man.
So many cool stories, and yet when you came back, people probably like, "What's the food like over there?" Like they're doing deep spiritual work, and that's what people come back from a mission trip. They're like, "What'd you eat?"
We always
Like,
bring chocolate.
That's your
it.
question.
How is the food, though? Is it good?
You know, Doug, it's real good.
I was supposed to go there in 2020, and then it got canceled. And I
Man,
haven't been yet, and I
you
want to
should
go
go.
so bad.
It would be a
Yeah.
blast. Yeah.
Oh, I want to see it.
What happened in
Yeah.
2020? Okay.
I sprained my ankle.
Oh, yeah.
James right now is on sabbatical.
Job, James.
10 years
Yes.
of ministry at Red Rocks and getting
Sorry
a little
we're
break.
making you work on this
And-
podcast during your sabbatical.
Oh, but
man.
isn't this
Guys,
just fun?
It's
This
a
isn't work.
dream. I'm an afterthinker.
You actually do listen to, you're like one of the few Red Rock staff members worldwide that listens to this podcast. Worldwide.
Truly worldwide, because Brussels.
Yeah.
Because of
true.
Waterloo.
Yeah.
That's true.
Thank
Yes.
you for being an afterthinker.
It's an honor.
There are many, but it's not many that actually are employed by the place that puts this podcast out somehow.
Yeah.
We like to shout them out sometimes too. Just a shout out because I know she's not going to hear it. Mackenzie again. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout outs. Let's start shout outs. First, James, I want you to shout out two very challenging people that you pastor, and that's my parents.
Yeah.
They go to the Park Meadows campus, and James is their campus pastor.
Yes.
They are also
Amazing.
Afterthinkers.
Mhm.
Are they?
If like an episode is not coming out, my dad will text me. He's like, "What
are we
the
doing?
deal?
What are we doing?
Is this Threethan guy still there? Or
You
is he
guys
not?
have
Doesn't
one
care?
job to do. Put this podcast out.
James, can you look at this camera and shout out Andy and Justin, my parents?
So Andy's first, not Justin.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy and Justin, thank you for who you are, and thank you for buying me that Mexican food that one time.
Yes.
Nice.
Very good. Yes, my mom always gets to go first, just based off of personality, character, integrity, influence, impact.
Value.
Nice.
Yes.
Alphabet-
But also,
alphabetically.
what's up, Dad? Okay.
Justin.
Now
Justin.
here's a freestyle shout out. You can shout out anybody, but it can't be your own family because you already shouted them out.
I'm just gonna shout out my family.
No, dude.
It
We
can't
already
be,
heard it. We
I don't know
can't be
anybody
us.
else.
They're old
I know
news.
you wanted to shout
Family
the
Man
three of
with
us
Nicolas
out. You can't
Cage
shout out
is James's favorite movie, by the way.
Ooh. You can shout out Nicolas Cage.
You could.
I will shout out Jason Hedger.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Brilliant.
Because he's very tall and has a lovely mustache.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have time to listen to this because he's always hunting.
Or
He's
getting
in a blind
struck by
somewhere right
lightning.
now.
Yeah.
We need to have him down here to talk about how he got struck by lightning twice.
Twice. Golfing both times.
See?
There's a point at which you
I
might
don't
be
know that-
like,
I don't know
"Hey
if
man,
that's
hey
true.
God, what?
Yeah.
Did I do something wrong here?" And he's like
deserved
the
the
best
shout out.
person ever. Okay, so Jason Hedger, good shout out. Anybody else? Shout outs. Call them out if you want to shout anybody out. You don't have any idea who listens to this podcast, but it's not many people, but it could be anyone.
Go do it.
I want to shout out Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
who is the star of the movie Formula One,
Yeah.
and also is a Springfield, Missouri native, where my family lives.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Pretty cool guy.
You went to go see F1 yesterday.
I did.
Give us your review.
Yeah,
out of 10.
movie reviews with James.
I'm not sure if any of you are aware of Letterboxd, a social media platform about movies.
No.
My Letterboxd review would be super fun, super silly, pretty good.
Oh,
Okay.
I like
Because it
short-
is
like a
very
tweet.
successful at what it is trying to do, which is like race cars are sick and they're
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
And this is a beautiful
That's
place.
true.
And that's it.
Did you get into F1 when you lived over in Europe?
No, man. I'm yes, but I'm the same as everybody else.
So fancy.
When Drive to Survive came out.
Yeah.
So
Do you have a
yeah.
team you follow?
No.
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 Okay. Fine.
Sorry, man.
Ethan has been waiting for someone to talk
Someone
to
cares.
because we don't watch
They don't
it.
care about it.
And
But
you really
I follow the
I'm
sport.
excited
down.
for Lando Norris. He's having a phenomenal year,
Sure.
and I like him.
But he's
like
being
a likable-
outshone by Oscar Piastri.
Yeah, which is
right now.
annoying.
Yeah.
Lando's
I
a
don't know any
humble
of
guy.
this.
He's cool. I
Yeah.
like Lando.
Is he? Okay.
I mean, none of them are really humble.
I don't think they're humble at all.
No, but he seems more like a regular person, a little bit, maybe more than some others.
Okay.
Well, let's not name names. Max Verstappen, for example. Okay. Guys, it's time to do answers with AJ.
Yes.
I've had enough of this banter. You know, there's
Man.
James. So anyway, James is on sabbatical, and the reason that we're having so much fun is because that's one of the themes of your sabbatical is to just rest and have fun and enjoy. And for all the people that don't like the banter or have been just roasting us in Google reviews or DMs or
They probably
YouTube
need a
comments,
sabbatical.
like, have some fun in life.
Yeah.
My
Some
gosh,
fun.
stop taking yourself so seriously.
That's good.
I was, by the way, shout out. I was staying with my friend Matt Turnbull in New York last week,
Nice.
and his opening line to me was, "I only listen to the banter."
Yeah.
So he's an
Wow.
afterthinker,
Let's go.
but he's the reverse afterthinker.
I like
So
that.
he looks at in the comments when they're like, "The good stuff starts at 26 minutes," and he goes, "I'll stop listening at 26 minutes."
Oh, wow.
Shout out to
That's
Matt
all.
Turnbull.
You should comment.
Bull City.
He said the good stuff ends at 26 minutes. You're welcome.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
AJ, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me back.
Good to have you back. Go ahead.
Here.
Let it rip.
All right. Well, my initial question was going to be on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you guys hate his hat? But we've already covered
yeah,
that.
Covered that.
Have we ever?
10.
All of
Wait,
you
is
at a
this
10?
answers or questions? I thought she gave us answers and then we decided what the
we try
question
to figure
was.
out the
Oh.
questions. Let's do that.
No, let's.
Like Jeopardy.
We'll let you
Jeopardy.
prep that way next
There's
time.
a show of that.
Oh yeah,
What is on a scale of 1 to 10? How much do you hate James's hat?
The
it was
answer
on
is-
company property with company property, so we are good. Double jeopardy.
Double Jeopardy.
Sorry, what is double jeopardy?
Very good.
Sorry, AJ, go ahead.
So the answer is 22.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, 22.
That's not a question.
What?
That's the answer.
What number is
what is-
Emmett Smith?
Oh yeah.
What day is Ryan's birthday?
Oh, here we go.
Powerful number.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
222.
I don't know about you, but what age does Taylor Swift feel like?
That's actually a really good
I
question.
don't think she feels like that anymore. She has the worst boyfriend in the world.
Yeah, that's what I
from
heard
your
too.
stupid football team.
Oh,
You didn't even remember that.
guys, don't pretend that if you knew Travis Kelce in college, you would be best friends with him.
No doubt.
I feel
no
100%
doubt. We would think he
confident
was,
of that.
if he was on the Broncos, I
Yes.
would love him.
Yes.
But he's
Okay.
not, and therefore I don't love him.
Okay, fair.
Okay, AJ,
Did we
back
get
to
it?
you. So far, we're doing good on this
Is that
segment.
fair?
You guys nailed it. For sure.
We're doing good so far.
That's okay.
That's airtime.
Logically, on a very surface level, that's fair.
I mean, that's how it works, though.
Very surface.
You hate
Yes.
everybody.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I've heard you guys talk on this podcast about how you hate SGA from the Oklahoma City Thunder.
So much. Oh my gosh.
You know who you would hate if he didn't play for the Nuggets is Jokic, because he also
You
complains
would?
every
No,
single
man.
play.
He would be aggravating to
Yeah.
watch play against you.
It's just who you
Yes.
love. It's people on
You
your
love who you
tribe.
love.
You
That's
know.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
He's
all
the-
right.
he's
It's how
the-
sports work.
He's the best player in the world.
He is.
Keep going.
All right. Well, as an actual afterthinker, quick question.
Sad that she has to phrase it that way. Like, it's so surprising to find
So
one. out
rare.
Why
there.
do we have to say actual?
We found an afterthinker.
Oh my
We brought
gosh.
him in.
Let's
We
do
have-
a study
That's why
on
I'm
him.
here.
What's
We have
wrong
a
with you?
unicorn in the wild today, but let's say that you had unexpectedly host this podcast for the day. What would be your hot take segment?
Ooh, hot takes.
Hot takes with James.
Hot takes and sausage
Oh,
from McDonald's.
Just, I got scared for a moment.
Yeah, you too.
Smooth.
I
From McDonald's.
From McDonald's.
So
I think my hot takes. My hot take.
Hot takes.
Just one hot take.
Yeah, but it was a
Um,
pun.
No, I understand.
I just
You didn't
don't
say it
think.
well, so that's why it's-
Excuse me.
You're doing great,
Still caught
James.
on Doug trying to make a McDonald's.
Oh,
McDonald's.
usually I nail those.
Okay, I have two hot takes then.
Usually I know.
I do.
The
Not
first
good at
one-
much, but I'm really good at that.
You are good at that.
But not right now.
That's okay.
Dang it.
A
There's always
McDonald's
next week.
related hot take.
Yeah.
It is good.
Yes.
Yes.
Chill out. The
Yes.
people who say that it is not good, they're not right.
Yeah, people say that, and what they mean is it's not healthy. We all know that.
Yeah.
Nobody's claiming
That's not why
McDonald's
I'm
is
there.
healthy. No one thinks McDonald's is healthy. You cannot eat that food and say it doesn't taste good. Come on.
It's so good.
I heard a McDonald's
pretending.
hack this weekend.
Wow.
I was meeting with a guy, and he said that the Big Macs have gotten smaller and smaller over the years, which is true, and it's because the patty that they use. And so he gets a number one Big Mac, but then he asks for the quarter pounder patty on the Big Mac,
Whoa.
and they say yes, and he says that it works.
It's a lot of work.
Hey, that's hey,
Jaw dropping.
listen.
Is that economically, is that deflation? That's what's
we
happening to
should
the
go
burger?
there this afternoon
Let's
for
do
lunch.
it. Let's try
I
it.
think the size of their patties is a recession indicator.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's how you know
Seriously?
the state of our economy.
Ever
Did
since
you-
the fiscal cliff of, I don't know, 2009, 8? Yeah, that, 8, yeah. Duh. They've shrunk the Big Mac. I just graduated high school. I didn't care about the economy.
Did you
Yeah, we're
know
doing
that they
fine.
also have their straws are wider
Mm.
in circumference than an average straw to bring in more so when you drink their crispy Cokes, it brings in more carbonation, so it like burns a little bit more, and that's why
Everyone
people
likes
want-
McDonald's.
yeah.
McDonald's.
Okay. This is,
Brilliant.
there's
Maybe
a,
this is not a hot take. Sorry.
there's a
Cold take.
now a debate in my mind because I had been thinking up until this moment that we should take James to a restaurant in Austin that's literally called Waterloo. But now, should we go to McDonald's? Comment which restaurant we should take
Absolutely.
James to, and then whenever this episode airs, we'll look back and see if we did it.
Can't wait.
There was a time at Red Rocks where there was a big McDonald's craze, like
Yes.
Tam Cathcart eating
Yep.
thousands of, Big Macs, whatever.
Yep, yep.
Were you involved in that? Were you a part of the big?
The only
McDonald's?
time I was involved in that was when I think the interns came to Brussels and at a McDonald's very near like the central like Grand Place
Ooh,
in
wow.
Brussels.
Wow, I just got goosebumps.
There's a McDonald's.
So
And I
feel like I'm
think
there.
I want to say that Andrew Matrone
Yes.
ate 4 Big Macs
Yeah.
in 10
Good
minutes.
night. 10
or
minutes?
something like that. Yeah,
And
something
he's
like that.
somehow
The
just
number-
super jacked.
as stories
Whatever.
go, the number always like inflates over time. But I think it was something absurd like that. It was a lot.
I think it
It
was
was too
5.
much.
This takes me to the most important part of your time there. You're building a church. How different is the McDonald's there than here?
Okay. let's continue on the McDonald's love,
and
I guess.
do their ice cream
Are they
machines break down
sponsoring?
every week?
McDonald's
Yes.
is sponsoring this episode.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we always have a giant company sponsoring each episode.
I actually think that going to like places like that, like American chains that are around the world, is kind of a fun thing because they are different around the world. And I think that there are some rules around like McDonald's food around the world because other countries have a little different food standards than the United States, believe it or not. Maybe a little better.
I believe it.
They hold themselves to a higher
So for that reason, like a lot of this stuff is like fresher and really good. And it's not as cheap as it is here. That's one
Is
thing.
it different
fresh.
items too? Like, are there different types?
There are some different items, yeah.
Was there a favorite of yours?
There was one that was called the Belgian football. That's soccer for you Americans.
Yes. Thank you.
Football team is very, very good, or was very good while we were there.
Yeah.
They actually, I think, got third in the World Cup one year. It's very, very sick. But they have this thing called the Royal Belgian, and it was always like branded with like the Belgian football players and colors and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it was good.
I really want McDonald's now. Do the ice cream machines break down every week?
I'm
in
sorry I missed
Brussels?
that question earlier. Can't say I got a lot of ice cream at McDonald's.
You didn't?
Sorry, man.
You didn't have Napoleon ice cream while you were there.
Have you been working
Napoleon.
on that?
Napoleon.
Nailed it.
Waiting for the callback.
I was very convinced that that's what it was.
Whose McDonald's food pun has gone better today? AJ's Napoleon ice cream or Doug's hot
takes and sausage with an orange juice.
McDonald's
Watered
orange
down.
juice in the morning
It's
for some
good.
reason.
Yeah, it's really good
yeah.
because the straws are a little bit
and it's fresh
bigger.
squeezed.
Yeah.
So you get
so you
more
get more
vitamin C
pulp.
quickly.
There's a guy in the back with oranges.
Oh yeah,
just
you know it's
squeezing
fresh squeezed there.
Faster.
Straight
These
into
straws
the-
are so big.
They're loving
Need
it.
more orange juice.
Only we just
Wouldn't
had
that
some
make people
powder
drink
that
the
would make
soda
orange
faster
juice.
though, and then they'd go get refills, which costs the company money?
Oh,
Yeah.
Call McDonald. Call Ronald.
Ronald.
Get Ronald on
He
the
is
line.
our sponsor. Hey, Ron, Ethan. Ryan's brought up a great point. Yes, exactly. I know. Okay. Thank you.
What
He
he
says they're going to standardize to whatever straw sizes are in Belgium.
Okay.
Yes, because of
Perfect.
James.
He's very he's
passionate
decisive.
about James.
He
Very
makes
decisive.
decisions
Ronald is
really
he's a decisive CEO.
Okay, Ethan, here's what we're gonna do.
He's also incredibly present. You know, like for a CEO to be that
Yes.
present in all his
Oh, yeah, it's
restaurants, and there's
amazing.
so many. There's over 100 McDonald's in the world. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
James, take control of this podcast episode. Okay.
Again,
This
if
is
you're just
this is
tuning
out of
in and you're
control.
like, they're still laughing. Yes, we're having fun. James is on sabbatical.
It's for
and
James'
He's
sabbatical.
living his
Yes.
dream of being on this podcast. And also, you're allowed to enjoy your life. I feel like a lot of people need to hear that. You are allowed to
good.
enjoy your life.
That's good.
That's
Yes.
very, very possible.
Yes.
Okay.
What would you say to somebody who objects to that?
Yeah. We probably aren't going to be close friends. Okay.
You should change podcasts.
Yeah. You're not. Yeah. You're going to hate us and specifically me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check out Stories in Scripture.
Yes.
Just an ad for his Bible podcast, which is really good.
Felt like the right time. It is
Great.
serious.
It's no fun.
Yeah.
No laughter.
Yeah. Good. Good.
AJ, yes.
All right, next question.
So wait. So your hot take is that McDonald's is good?
Oh, my other hot take was I felt that worked.
Whoa, you said McDonald's tastes good? What?
Or is your segment just McDonald's?
Maybe. Okay. Yes, that was my take.
Good.
I'll leave it.
Really
Yep. No, it was great. But I feel like you had another one.
The other one wasn't as funny.
Okay.
But it's that's
Ethan
so,
will hate it.
Save it.
Doesn't sound really fun.
it's
Save
not.
it for the Stories and Scripture podcast.
That was just
I'll have you
can't
on
wait.
season 7.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
No, let's hear it.
Social media is bad. That's my take.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to go a little bit further.
Come on.
And just say that it is bad in and of itself.
Yes.
I just want to say that.
I
could have said that better
Not
myself.
just for the
that
ways.
is that is red meat for the 3 other guys at this table.
Oh, man.
I promise
We've been
you
banging
that.
that drum for a couple
Oh,
years here,
man.
and everyone's like, "Yeah, that's probably true," and no one does a
Because we
thing
used
about
to
it.
say, I
No
used
one
to say,
cares.
like, guys, phones aren't good or bad; they're neutral. Social media is not good or bad. It's neutral. It's not.
It's bad.
It's bad. And they're
honestly,
designed to be bad.
Yeah. Have you seen the world that we live in?
Exactly.
Do you need any more evidence than just look around you? Yeah.
I don't
Money
even
is neutral.
Yeah.
Social media is bad.
Yeah.
well.
Quote me.
I don't even.
Are you going to push back on this, James?
I don't. Well, you saying the thing about why social media is bad. They are not. I don't even hold it against them. They're just trying to make more money, which is why they exist.
Yeah, incredibly noble.
But the ways in which they do that
Yes.
are all bad.
Yes.
Straight up.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
But I understand that it's a company. So
Yeah, but that would be like saying a drug dealer is
Well-
obviously like feeding an addiction because he wants to make money, but it's just a business. It's like, no, it's objectively bad.
Yeah, it's ruining people's
Stimulating
lives.
the local economy. So,
That's true.
net
You
benefits.
boost
That
a
is-
post.
Have
right?
you
Your
done the
hot take.
stimulate?
It actually is the
Yes.
same thing as what you just said, Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that.
Heroin, social media.
The good news is no one is changing their habits. So we're just going to keep doing what we do. AJ, were you
Hey,
trying?
I am.
Let's go, Doug.
Let's go,
Okay.
Doug.
Yes.
Good job, Doug.
Tell us how.
That was a very good high
That was
five.
loud.
thanks.
That's going to peak the audience.
I am in process.
Good luck
Make sure you
fixing
make a
that
note.
Yeah.
post.
Your children are going to hear that, and your children's children are
Adobe
gonna be
Audition
like,
doesn't have
"What
enough
was
for that. Mm-mm. That's 2 out of a high 5.
Well, okay, so I gave a message a few weeks ago on our relationships with our phones, and I brought up dumb phones. I've been doing some research. There's like the light phone. There's the Wise phone. Have you heard of the Wise phone? They use the same. I think it's like the latest Samsung model. So they use the same, casing and processor and all of that stuff, but it's very limited. It's like minimalistic. So there's so many things you can't do. You can only do a few specific things, but you still have a screen. So you're not typing like T9 style.
Nice.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
However, there's also ways to turn an iPhone into something similar. And so I'm in the process of changing my smartphone into a Wise phone.
Nice. Good.
Yeah, I'm in process. I'm not ready to share my strategies and tips and tricks because I don't have many yet.
Sure.
But
You will.
this is a teaser.
It's in the oven right now.
It is in the oven.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Great.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
After
So,
our conversation about
yes.
social media, I just want to give a shout out to YouTube, which is what this is on.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's
good.
isn't social media. Yes.
It's neutral.
Yes, it
it's
is.
not good or bad. Depends on how you use it.
That's right. It can be used for really good things.
Yes.
Comment below the best thing about social media and how you're bettering your habits. Prove me wrong. Okay, AJ.
Okay, I want you to give us a literal afterthought and tell us something that you've changed your mind about recently.
Ooh.
That's it. That's a good question.
Wow.
That's a great
I
question.
never realized.
That's
I never
why we
knew
call it
why.
that.
Yeah, I never knew.
Okay,
Until just
something
now.
I've changed my mind about recently.
That's a tough question.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Unless you have an answer that you can think of. And it's
I
incredibly
have
easy.
an answer.
Well, yeah.
That's
I
an
mean,
easy question.
I am set in my ways.
I think you just changed your mind about social media.
Oh, I did.
Smartphones.
I guess I'm not set in my ways.
Man, that's a great question, HA. Something that I've changed my mind about. It is weird because my thought is like, well, I have thought about lots of things. I don't do things for no reason, which is dumb because of course you change all the time. There's a guy who's been giving me workouts and he told me that carbs aren't always bad when you're trying to get more muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I know that. Thanks. Shout out to Sean Cohen.
Yeah.
Sean.
Let's go, Sean. Nice.
It's a great answer.
I don't know how great it was, but I appreciate it.
No, I think it's
Great.
true. I think there's truth to that.
Thanks.
Oh yeah,
It's
absolutely.
powerful.
Carbo load.
That's one of the.
That's why I eat
remember
the fettuccine Alfredo before
what's
every
the-
workout.
So
What's the Ryan Gosling movie last year about the stuntman?
Fall Guy.
Fall Guy.
No, but
in
that-
my top 10 favorite movies
Hilarious.
of all time.
That line
Yes,
about
all
carbs
time.
that he has with
You
his
need
stunt-
carbs.
Yeah, dude.
Your brain runs on glucose. Just a grilled cheese sandwich will change your life right now.
guys,
So good.
now we're gonna
So good.
do a little ministry archives with James. Here's James
Oh.
doing CBC announcements
Yes.
when he was in college.
I'm just so nervous. There's such a crowd.
Is this you?
How'd you get this, Renee?
Emily.
Emily.
So long welcome. Still going.
Tonight at CMF, we are hosting the
Look at you, getting your ministry start.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Look at that messy hairdo.
Young James.
Little mess. You got a flannel. Let's
I
look
did
at some
this.
photos.
Thanks for checking that out, man.
Yeah.
My start.
I'll send this all to you so you can put this kind of rolling. Here's James
Nice.
back in the day.
Wow.
Emily sent me all this. James and a recent other guest of the podcast, Corey Miller,
Porky Miller.
when you were
Whoa.
kids. Just
There he is.
kids, man.
You're just kids.
Okay, James, this is back when you kind of felt like ministry might be in your future, right? Tell us about this time in your life. How did you decide to go into ministry?
I
From
can't
this
believe
guy.
how naturally you segued. I just felt so nicely ushered into this moment.
Oh, one last one, just for fun. Young James. This is James and his wife. Looks like she's just
for
graduated.
fun.
We're graduating, yeah, from college.
Congratulations to
Got a
both of
degree.
you.
Yeah, congrats on the graduation.
Thanks. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Look at find someone who looks at you the way that Renee looks at James.
Relationship goals right there.
Exactly.
Powerful.
Mhm.
I actually was called into ministry when I was in junior high.
Oh wow.
I grew up in church, and the church tradition that I grew up in was very focused around like the gifts of the Spirit and God speaking to you. So I'm very grateful for that. And there are some things about it that I look back on and question a little bit. But one great thing is that we just spend a lot of time being like, God, speak to me. God, speak to me. God, use me. God, I want to be a part of what you're doing. And so at a youth camp when I was in junior high, I felt like called to vocational ministry. I thought I'd be a youth pastor. Then I thought I'd be a music pastor. And now I am just a pastor.
just the generic type.
Generic pastor.
A great
Can't box you in.
Okay, I've got a question for you. Someone hands you a Bible and is like, hey, in 10 minutes, you got to preach something. What's like your life message? Like, what is your go-to? This is what I would tell the world if I have to preach something.
Yeah.
Or get to, I should say, because it is a privilege.
In the presence of three actual preachers who preach all the time. I do not preach all the time. I would be curious what your answers would be too. Mine would probably have to do with how to read scripture and spend time with God. That's been a big journey for me.
Ooh.
One marked for most of my life by shame, and then kind of a recognition around God just loves me and wants to be with me, even if I don't read my Bible, which I genuinely didn't think for a lot of my life.
Yeah.
So that, and I think a lot of us wrestle with that. That's why I appreciated Casey Mexico's message a couple weeks ago. Like these things about how we can approach scripture, I think are important. So
you felt like if the only way I can spend time with God is if I'm reading my Bible.
Basically, may I share a story, Ethan, and answer that question?
The floor is yours for the next couple hours.
Yeah.
Man.
Thank you.
2 hours.
We will be here literally as long as you want to.
Basically, I had
McDonald's never closes.
I grew
we're
up
good.
in it,
We're fine.
in church, grateful for it. And I would just hear in the water, you got to spend time with God every day, do your devotional, which like, what is that word? And that's such a weird word. Pastors would talk about, I spent, the first 30 minutes of my day every day for the last 30 years, spent like all that stuff would just kind of in the stew of, okay, so I guess that's what it looks like to follow God. When we moved to Belgium, which you've already covered, Waterloo, a mentor of mine encouraged me to keep a journal for that year. And I don't really keep journals. I'm trying more and more. But for that first year, I did. And at the beginning of when we were there for a year, I looked back on that year of entries. And I noticed that everyone would begin with like, God, thank you that you're with me, that you love me. Or, God, just help me. I feel so far from you. I'm struggling. I'm wrestling. And I don't need to like look back on my calendar to know on the days that I read my Bible and the ones that I didn't. And something just clicked in my head of like, man, that is so dumb. It is so arbitrary that this relationship that is like the organizing thing in my life, I am like so impacted by if I wake up early to read the Bible or not. And of course you should read scripture. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that we can make an idol out of like, it has to look a certain way. And for me, it had to just become this thing, this good desire of mine to spend time with God that the enemy had kind of like twisted just a little bit to be like, yeah, but you're not. And it's fake. And you're barely making it. And that's not actually who you are. And so that was a big breakthrough, you could say.
Nice.
I had a time where I was in a similar mindset and I was trying to read 5 chapters a day or whatever kind of reading plan I was on. And there was a day where I like was running out of time, and I realized I was like only going to get through 3 chapters, and I was like, God, I'm sorry. Like I didn't do it right today. And I felt this like check, and I felt God go, hey, you know that this is for you.
Yeah.
Like my word is a gift to you. I know it. I don't need you to do it for me to do what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
You need you to do this, but as a gift to you and something that's going to help you in your life, not this like burden I've placed on your shoulders. If you don't do the right reading plan the right way, then I don't have anything for you. Yeah. That was a very important, very simple, but very needed shift in spending time with God, realizing it's this beautiful gift of time with him to fill us so that we can know him better.
And that you can spend time with him in lots of ways. You know, it doesn't have to be the Bible in a year plan. It doesn't have to be this certain number of scriptures. It could be like reading the same thing 100 times or just reading it and sitting in silence. It could be, you know, and that was just a journey for me.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think that was just how you were born and intrinsically wired? Or, and it could be both, or is it like, for instance, I started following Jesus around 19, and the first podcasts I listened to for like the first 3 years were very much, you could even say on the legalistic side, like hyper radical with all of that stuff. And I almost feel like the gray matter in your brain for the first few years after you receive Jesus into your heart is like very moldable by all of the inputs that you intake into your life. So all the teachings and all the they almost shifted and affected my brain and my mindset more than podcasts do today. Because it's a little bit more set, but at the time it was very moldable. So that's why I can relate to everything you're saying. And I feel like that's kind of who I am, you know, and just how I'm kind of wired intrinsically, but then also the amount of, you know, sermons and podcasts and books that I read along those lines the first few years where this might have been very good for somebody who had like no discipline to get them to, you know what I'm saying?
There's a place for it.
But for me, and it was like red meat for me because it just kind of reaffirmed something I already had in me. But it's like I overdid it, and I've been trying to rewire the story that I tell myself around the spiritual disciplines ever since. Do you relate to that, or?
Yeah. That's an interesting thought because you were in college, right? When you got saved. There's probably in the same. You maybe just like a spiritual baby in some ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like at that age, and I was a spiritual baby when I was an actual baby. Or an elementary school kid. Maybe our personalities too are just kind of given to structure and routine, and or we don't feel like we have it, so we want it, and so there's like maybe there's something to that in our personality. But I don't think we do. I mean, wow, I don't want to step into Watch Doug territory, which is something that I honestly wish.
Don't wake him up.
This guy's paying attention.
I wish it happened more, honestly.
Reference.
Wow. He's a true fan. True listener.
You can take a hack at being Watch Doug.
Let's go.
I part of the reason I want to preach that message is that so often in church or kind of in conversations with people, we just hear, I think, new Christians or a lot of Christians, even ones who've been following Jesus for a long time, they talk about like their quiet time or whatever, these spiritual disciplines, and it just feels really far away or confusing or something. And we just say these things. We say things like, I want to start my time with God, or I want to start my day with God, so I can be right with God before I start my day, which is a great thing. But then I think that you could hear that on the other side as being like, well, I'm not right with God if I don't.
Right.
And sometimes you won't wake up when your alarm goes off, or your kid will wake you up at 4 a.m. and you're not going to start your day with a perfect routine. And that's okay. And that part of that season, that year that I was in Belgium, I looked back at the first year of journal entries and had that kind of moment of clarity. That following year, we had our son. And I remember still wrestling with this thing of spending time with God and reading scripture. And I remember literally having my Bible open and my son crying. And my job in our house was like to be the one who is the early riser with the kids. And so I was up with him and it was early and I was holding him and I was just feeling that old familiar shame and like, I'm not doing it right. And that was a definite as cliche as it is when pastors talk about it with God being like, hey, you're worshiping me right now, beloved, your son.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And I'm with you just like you're with your son.
Yeah.
And that has been a journey that happened about 9 years ago. And I'm still like this year, 2025 is the first year since then that I'm like, I'm going to do the Bible in a year plan. And it doesn't feel like a heavy burden and a yoke that is shame. And so it's a journey for sure.
Wow.
When Jesus said his yoke is easy and his burden is light, and he's talking about teaching in comparison to the Pharisees.
Yeah.
I think I interpret that to him say, like, when you read my word, when you digest what I'm giving you, you will be freer, not more like shouldering more burden because of that. But I will free you up if you'll listen to me, if you'll spend time with me. Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people experience that because of the mentality you're talking about. So you said you would teach, that would be like your message.
Because it's so personal to me. I just, it has changed my life so much. And it's not even like I have this is the way to fix it for you. Yeah. It's more of just an invitation to like be with God and recognize that he's with you. And I really do think so many people are so intimidated or confused, or they mess up or miss days that they just don't even bother because they're like, well, I'm not doing it right, so I'm not going to do it.
We're in a Young Bucks series right now at church, or have been, talking about kind of learning from the younger generations. And it's a very cliche pastor thing, like you said, to talk about like these lessons that my children teach me. But part of your theme, and I don't think it should be cliche because Jesus literally told us you need to learn from them. So it's actually biblical. But
hey, sorry.
You're talking about, on the sabbatical and in this time in your life, kind of challenging yourself to be freer and rest and have fun and let yourself enjoy a little more and not feel that constant, I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing it right. What are some of the greatest lessons you're learning through your kids about that? Because kids innately do that, or maybe you start to see them start to lose that as they get older and battle for that ability to just be free and enjoy life.
Yeah. That one about, I've had hundreds of like tearful moments of holding kids and recognizing how much I love this child and how they need me and can't do anything for me, but all I want to do is just hold them. So that is like hundreds of times that has happened. The way that my kids kind of like, because they don't necessarily want to like cuddle, they want to like go and have fun. And so even that is like, that's probably maybe that's why in this sabbatical I've been thinking about fun and like what I want and desire. And those are words that are loaded, but I mean them in like a pure way. That I would love it if my 5-year-old girl wanted to like sit and snuggle and read books, but she just doesn't. So if I want to be with her, I'm going to be moving with her. And I think, and that's okay. That's good. That's so, and I can be with God in that stuff too. The reason we brought up I told you I saw F1 last night is because that was, I had a moment last night of just recognizing, you're with me right now, and we're like enjoying this creation and like artistic stuff, like this thing in front of me, and I'm doing that with you too. So cool. I'll say that comes from my kids.
Okay, another question for you.
Okay.
Some of this about you is just innate and how you're gifted, but some of this is effort and choice. You are very good at loving people individually and meeting them. And making, like, people always describe Jesus as he had the ability to make whoever he was talking to feel like they were the most important. He wasn't distracted and like giving people a little bit. If you were talking to him, you were locked in with the creator of the universe. I see that quality in you, that you're very good at whoever you're with, you're intentional, you're genuine, and you can tell you care about people. But that is a fight in ministry. Yeah. I don't know if you've experienced this, but people can be difficult.
I haven't experienced that.
What are some like tips or wisdom you would share with people, whether they're vocationally in ministry or just trying to be their Christian neighbor and a good Christian friend and someone who's patient and loving to people in a very difficult world of difficult people? How do you keep your tank full, and how do you love people that way?
I do. Can I say two things?
James, you don't have to ask permission. If you say something we don't like, we will just cut it.
This episode's like 4 minutes long.
And it's just McDonald's.
One thing that does help me is I do think it is wise to, if you don't have people around you that maybe think differently or believe differently than you, I do think it's wise to listen to people who do. So I'm during like the 2020 COVID, there's a whole lot of things going on that year. I was challenged by someone to like continue to listen to people that were bothering me.
Nice.
Because it is so easy to just think like, this person's an idiot. This person's dumb. They don't get it. But they actually think the same thing about you.
Yeah.
And they're not dumb. Maybe there are some dumb people.
There's a couple out there.
There are dummies.
I'm one of them.
There are dummies.
There's me and a handful of others.
But almost everyone is trying their best.
Yeah.
And if they are having some big emotional response or whatever, there's probably a reason. And so, man, maybe that is just, I appreciate those kind words, but I do think that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Is recognizing that people aren't, for the most part, just trying to hurt you or be mean or mad about something. They really believe that what is best is this other thing.
You listen to a lot of podcasts. Do you purposefully listen to sources and opinions that you know you don't agree with or come from very different vantage points?
Yeah. Or that I'm like, I think it's a great practice to be like, I really like this, and I'm identifying and resonating with that, but that I can't quite go there.
Right.
Man, I listened to this podcast with this guy who was talking about Catholic theology around like sex and contraception. And I don't know if you've ever like looked into that or studied that, but man, it's
interesting.
Really interesting. Because there were some things that I was so like, wow, I'm so on board with that. And then he started talking about condoms and it really lost me. But but for real, I mean, and that is what they believe is the best.
Sure. But it is, what you're talking about is dismantling the echo chamber in your life.
Right.
And nearly no one does that because your algorithms will already feed you what you want to hear.
Social media.
But it's also, but also you naturally, if you're going to choose a podcast, you're going to listen to something that that is going to build whatever you already think up, and something you'll agree with and easier listening, because you don't want to go on a drive and be mad the whole time because you're like, this is not right. I disagree with this. But because of that, it's like we have the weakest muscles for conflict and disagreement because we never hear or accept other people can have other opinions, and maybe I should learn something from that.
Totally. That even touches, I don't know if you guys have gotten into like the Jonathan Haidt world around like social media and anxiety, but also like coddling kids and trying to like give kids like room to fail and fight and get hurt. We just don't have that in the world. And I understand that's for good reason. It's for some good reasons. Another thing,
but we overprotect them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and it goes, not just kids though, because what you just said is true.
Well, then we just grow up
what we consume.
Fragile. And then anyone who disagrees with us or challenges us or makes us uncomfortable is like, well, you're wrong then. Because I was told my whole life, if anything made me not feel happy, then it's not right.
And not even like you're just wrong, you are bad.
Yeah, wow.
You are dangerous.
Yeah.
And I can't listen to you or be around you. And
that is such an overused word for people that have a different opinion, especially in politics. Like that is a dangerous group of people.
Yes.
That's a dangerous person.
Dude, when in reality, like every topic, this has nothing to do with the Broncos.
Okay.
Every topic is like this 3-dimensional complex thing that like I can see this part of, but Doug can see that part of, and you can see that part of, and you can see that part of. And like conversation is literally the only way that we're going to be able to have a bigger perspective on this. But if Doug is automatically wrong in my eyes because he sees that part of the hat, then I'm literally never going to see that part of any issue.
Right.
I'm only going to see it from this perspective. Like conversation is God's great gift for us to have a bigger, more robust way of looking at the world, and we're just shutting it down.
Yeah.
And even if you see this side and you still at the end of the conversation disagree with it, you at least understand him better.
Totally.
Right? Like I have meetings with people and they want to talk about a theological issue. I'm like, hey, when we walk out of this room, my goal is not necessarily that we'll agree, but it's that you will understand.
Yeah.
where we're coming from as a church, or where I'm coming from as a pastor,
Sure.
or where I believe Scripture is coming from in this area.
Yeah.
But we have lost the desire or ability to understand each other, even from where we're coming from.
Yeah.
But that's a great way to rethink what
Please.
the touchdown is
Mhm.
for the sake of conversations and even like listening to a podcast you might disagree with. The goal is not to, okay, I need to like agree with this by the time we're done, or else it proves me right or it proves me wrong. It's like, no. The goal is to understand a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
And to pick on like churches again, and like just kind of my understanding of how the world worked growing up, I really did feel like it was dangerous. Like, and even like the list of things that I had to agree with this person on, it was really long. And if they disagreed with like item number 18, well, I can't trust anything that you say.
Mm-hmm.
And so this list of like non-negotiables, and I really was, I think, discipled in that way.
Yeah.
So the list of non-negotiables for me has gotten a lot shorter.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, a good thing.
Christians have a hard
Really
time
good.
like feeling like it's okay to disagree on second to 100th tier issues.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of people do think, well, okay, we both claim that we believe in the most important thing, which is Jesus Christ is Lord.
The Son of God, he died, he rose again.
Right?
Yep.
There's a lot of conversation that can be had under that, but a lot of people are like, oh, well, if we theologically disagree on this passage in the Old Testament, then you probably don't believe Jesus is Lord. It's like, I never said that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm wrestling with this scripture,
Yeah.
right? And we forget that they had a whole showdown in the book of Acts because all
Yeah.
the early church leaders that we revere and think like they all just got it, they were all disagreeing about a lot
Yes.
of minor theological things.
Yeah.
And they had to go and hear each other's perspectives and gain an understanding and go, well, your vantage point is from Jerusalem, but you don't know what it's like in some of these Gentile territories where these things are very, very different. We got to figure out how we're going to adapt, all under the main banner of Jesus is Lord.
It's really
So
good,
we've got
man.
to go into these places with understanding and learn so we can communicate the gospel, and it will change things. But we can disagree on some of this stuff
Totally.
and understand each other, hopefully, at the other end of that. Okay, so that's a great tactic.
There, real quick, I heard a helpful framework, and I'm going to butcher it. It was something along the lines of divide, debate, discuss. So when it comes to every issue, understanding, is this a issue that we divide over? Is it an issue that we debate over? Or is it just an issue that we discuss? And I think to your point, one of the things that we're doing is we're taking all these discuss or even debate and throwing them up
Yeah.
into the divide
Yeah.
category.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I think that might be a good thing for us all to start like asking in the back of our minds in any conversation, like, is this worth dividing over? Or is this just like a healthy debate? Or are we literally just discussing like two friends and who cares? You know?
Because it's interesting, the very last thing Jesus prayed for was for the church in unity.
Yeah.
He said, this is how the world will know. It literally says in John, I think maybe 17, his prayer is, then the world will know that basically they'll know you're my disciples and I'm the Son of God. And that this whole thing is real by the way that you're unified. Because that's almost, you know, left in neutral, that is impossible for human beings, even who like we all, you know, profess Jesus Christ is the Son of God crucified and resurrected.
Yeah.
It is impossible to stay unified unless there is a lot of energy and effort and time and conversation and patience and bearing with each other put into
choose it.
Yeah, but it's just interesting. Jesus said that's what's going to make you different than everybody else in the world. And that's what's going to make them look at you and wonder at who it is that you know and what it is that you believe, because you're going to stand out so much because of unity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever think, because you guys also are pastors, like it would almost be easier to have a church where you just did say, yeah, this is what we think about every single thing.
Every day.
Because then
It would
you
for
would
sure be
never
easier.
wrestle with anybody.
Yes, dude, my metaphor, and I said this right on election week, I think, was, you know, because I've heard that a lot from people of, well, why don't you, you know, endorse a politician or talk about, like, there's so many hot topics.
Well, we
that
have
I-
endorsed a politician. We are running in 2020.
Oh, we are. Yeah.
We are running for office.
Yeah.
Our time to
AJ's our
shine.
campaign manager.
Tears in my eyes.
James is going to be, you're going to be in the cabinet. You're going to be in the cabinet for sure.
Thank you.
That's the shirt you're taking
You're
home
going to
with you.
be, you're going to be the Secretary of Understanding.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every church should be this. I'm saying we're all called to a different ministry, and this is the one that God has given Red Rocks.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you were to use the metaphor of boats, from like a jet ski to a yacht to all the way up to a cruise ship. That for whatever reason, it feels like we are captains of a cruise ship. You know, you're the party captain, the fun, you know, but
great.
It's like everybody votes different on this ship.
Sure.
And we have a responsibility to lead it and get everybody from A to B without losing people.
Yeah.
And it would be way easier right now to do that on a yacht where everybody votes the same.
Yeah.
Because then in every sermon, there's no landmines. And like, you don't think I have sermons in my pocket I could give right now about 5 different very hot topics that I have wanted to give. But on this cruise ship, it's actually not going to be good stewardship.
Good, bro.
Of leadership. And it's not the wise move to make because it's going to cause people to potentially walk away from the top shelf, the top tier that Christ Jesus is crucified and resurrected. And so I'm not saying it's wrong to have a church where everybody like votes the same, like whatever. Like I think it's Colossians 4, fulfill your ministry. Church in Colossae, church in Ephesus, Red Rocks Church, whatever. Fulfill the ministry God has given you. This is the ministry God has given us. And it means we have to lead in a certain way. And there's sometimes I'm like, I wish I was by myself on a jet ski where I could turn as fast as I want or post whatever I want.
Watch Doug is by himself on a jet ski.
Yeah. or we had a yacht where there's some of us and we all agree and we all believe the same thing. And we can post and like each other's thing and it's not going to be costly to the gospel, but it is right now for like at least here. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Yeah.
But that's not who the disciples were. It's not what the early church was. And you're right that it's okay to like have differences of opinions about some things. And it's not all like evil to be different.
No.
Yeah.
But like it does if it like takes the place of the fact that we're all following like King Jesus.
Right. Right.
And that I do think that can happen when we are just like, I
think when you get so lost in like aligning everybody on political issues or worldly topics, it can very quickly get away from keeping the main thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, here's the hills, all these hills we're going to die on.
Yeah.
And we talk about that all the time and you can lose sight of Jesus, which is what in the book of Acts, I think it's lost on us how uncomfortable those households like filled with people were, where all of a sudden in a culture that was very divided, you have people from every class.
Yeah.
You have people who were actively, like racially hated each other. Now sitting at a table together.
Yeah.
You have Romans who are the oppressors in the houses of the people they've been oppressing and vice versa. Like that was not easy for them to become a family. There was a lot of debate. There had to have been a whole lot of topics that were getting thrown out like, okay, well, what do we do with this now? How do we view this now? The beautiful thing you see through the narrative of that story is while I'm sure all those debates and disagreements were happening, you see a church that keeps getting unified more and more through persecution and through disagreement because they're so focused on getting the gospel to the world.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So good.
And I think we lose the mission.
Totally.
Maybe is what I'm trying to say very often. And we get, it's so much sideways energy into things that aren't ultimately what Jesus has called us to. Yeah. We should have opinions and help people navigate that stuff, but never let it get in the way of the Great Commission, which is what they were so like sharply held to. This is why we're here. And we'll talk about other stuff on that journey. But if we're not moving that way, then we've missed the whole point of what we're doing.
Totally.
Good.
Totally. Like we do it like cultural and political issues, but the church does it too around different theological things. We're like, no, you're not a Christian if you believe these things. There's a guy I listened to, and he was talking about like that early church stuff that you're saying, where it's like, imagine that you grew up in a world where like there was an oppressor, but not like in the cheap way that we use it today. In the like, I actually have an uncle or I have friends that live in this town over here and they died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm supposed to go love those people.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
And so it does. I love that because it's like so much of the rhetoric around a lot of these things is so heightened right now, but it's like, this is not like this is important, but this is not life or death.
We don't divide over this.
No, it was for those guys.
Yeah.
And they did
so much of church growth over the last 2,000 years, like the inflection points have been when Christians have decided to run into the places where everybody else was running out of. Even when those places where people that they quote unquote didn't agree with or didn't like or whatever. And a lot of them lost their lives for it. It's like the message of the gospel is always like, go to the person, go to the people that nobody else wants to go to. And so, I think echo chambers, the danger of echo chambers, and we all have the danger at some level, may be one of the greatest enemies of the church thriving in the 21st century. And so back to James's hot take, social media is bad.
McDonald's is good.
But McDonald's
My
is
hot
good.
takes were cool, but that's okay.
Hot takes were cool.
Cold.
Okay. One last question, and then we're gonna do a plug for something.
Oh yeah.
What's the best piece of wisdom advice that you've gotten maybe in the past year that you would just say, man, if I could share this thing and how it's worked in my life, that I would share with other people?
Is it okay if it's not in the last year, Ryan? Ryan?
Yeah,
What's
it's up
your
to you.
name?
You get to decide.
But you can disagree with him.
I'm not okay with this.
Okay.
It needs to be in the last year.
The good news is I asked the question, so it's fine.
I don't know why.
I'm Ethan.
You should you should discuss this, not divide about it. Okay? Maybe
Should we-
debate.
is it a debate or do we just discuss it?
Discuss. You know what?
Ryan
Now-
might walk out.
Now that I think
but-
about it, it's
Yeah.
fine, man. Share whatever
Thank
you
you
want.
so
Wow,
much.
dude, that's so cool because like,
Yeah, I can see that
to
part.
us, we're like, the bill goes to the left, and you're like, no, the bill goes to the right. I'm like, no, it goes to the
maybe
left. How
it's
do you not
both.
see that?
But if we use James'
Different
hat,
vantage
I would know
point.
that it is inherently wrong.
Exactly.
Whatever it
She
is.
said.
That
whatever it
we
is.
do divide over that.
We divide over that.
Yes.
The thing that I find myself saying to like other people on our staff or like volunteers or people in our church is a lesson from some advice I was given when I was doing a short, like a missions assignment in Greece, where the pastor or the missionary that we were working with, it was just really slow work in Greece. It was a good like contrast because Brene was at Red Rocks Church where there were thousands of people showing up, standing room only. And we were just praying that like 5 guys would come to our alpha study. And it's tempting to be like, this one's more important or more faithful. And maybe, but in 1 Corinthians 3, Paul's writing to the Corinthian church and he's like correcting like some division that they are having around like, I follow this teacher, I follow Paul, I follow Apollos. And he gets into this farming metaphor of like, I planted the seeds, Apollos watered them, but God's the one that makes them grow. So neither he who plants or he who waters is anything, but God is the one that makes them grow. And so that is so helpful for me, feeling like I really care about what I do and love what I do. And it's important, like the way that I'm a pastor, it's much more important than the way that I'm a dad or a husband. But I have like my part to play and God is the one doing the work in there. And it's just so easy to feel way too much responsibility for those things. So I think that is the piece of advice is, play your part and then just trust that God's the one that's working.
That's good. Yeah. That exact passage has helped me with making peace with the fact that people won't always like our church.
Yeah.
I had a guy recently who was kind of like frustrated with me because there were things about our church that he didn't like. And there was another church he'd found that he kind of liked more.
Sure.
And it was like, well, why can't you guys just do what they do? Because my faith sparked here, but now I kind of feel like I'd rather be there. And I just was like, hey, maybe this is just the church that was supposed to plant the seed and that's where God's going to water it, is at that church. And like, God bless that church. If they're the place that you're going to get watered in, you need to be there. And he was kind of like taken aback, expecting me to try to keep him and tell him like, we're going to change this or do that. I'm like, dude,
No.
There's a bigger picture than Red Rocks.
Yeah.
And we just understand we're not going to be everything that everybody wants.
Totally.
But that can get really hard. Like that gets in my head sometimes because I read people's reviews or criticisms of us and I'm like, oh, well, did we fail this? Did we do this wrong? And then there's always ways to be better. But then there's times where you're just at peace with like, this is the ministry that we've been called to. And somebody else is going to do something better than us. And if that's where they need to go, then let them go.
Yeah.
I was taken aback when he said that to me.
Well, because you're the lead pastor. So it was a little shocking when I was like, dude, maybe you need to just go there.
Well, I have been.
No, I know. Okay. Still working here, but going there. That's that's healthy.
Well, I need a paycheck.
Yeah, understood. Well, we're so glad you're still here, even though you're
Stir the
your
pot,
heart's
Sam,
not.
my wife, with her comments right now on everything that you do.
She's creating burner accounts to just roast me.
She is
Oh,
passionate
yeah.
about dividing over everything.
She pushes everything into the
Yeah,
divide
her food
category.
pyramid is opposites, flipped over. Some few things we
Everything.
discuss. There's a lot more things we debate over, but there's a ton of things we should divide over, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
So good. There's a music project that I would love for you to tell us about.
Oh
Yeah, man. My wife, Brene, just released an EP called Pastor Poet. And she has been working at Red Rocks for 11 plus years. Red Rocks worship is an amazing thing that she's gotten to be a part of in different ways. But a large part of her responsibility work-wise is like taking care of the church, like with the worship pastors and volunteers at our campuses. She works with Emily for some of that stuff here in Austin. So this is very cool because when I met Brene, we were in college and she was just playing and writing and recording music with her friends all the time. And it was so cool. It's like that feeling that you have that people will never have again because CDs don't exist anymore. When someone would like give you a burned CD, you're like, this is almost like a secret that you know now.
Yeah.
And I would know these.
You like write something in Sharpie on it.
Yes. Yeah.
And so in college, it felt like that with those like projects of like, man, this music is so great and no one's ever going to hear it. And this project feels like that for her again, where it's like this stuff that is, she's writing or collaborating with a lot of other really talented people. So I think she sings like 2 of the songs on the EP. But it feels like that fun, creative, like honoring God with just this, we're just going to do this because it like brings you pleasure and that's it. And so it is awesome.
Dude.
Pastor Poet is
It's
really
very
great.
good.
That's
Really
awesome.
I was
EP.
on a flight last week. It was like a 6 a.m. flight. And so very early in the morning, have my coffee. I sit there and I literally for a 4-hour flight had it on repeat. And it didn't, it just like, cause it's 6 tracks. And it has, each song has its own story to tell. And then it also tells a story like as a 6-piece volume. And it kept taking me on this journey from track 1 to track 6. And so shout out to Brene, Pastor Poet. Phenomenal.
Very
I
cool.
can't believe that the millions of listeners of this podcast will listen to it now.
Yeah.
And that we're going to pay off our house.
Oh,
Our kids are going to have
the
college
royalties
funds.
are about to be insane.
What's
I think
this?
it might be billions of viewers, honestly, at this point. It's
What's the
getting overwhelming.
Spotify formula per play? It's like 0.0001
not-
of this penny or something.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But Ryan, I mean, you looped it for 4 hours, so
Yeah.
There you
that's
go.
probably
Yeah,
12
at least
cents.
at least 12 cents.
12 cents. Thank you.
My
Thank
2
you.
cents is free.
And then if you sew that, 30, 60, 100-fold, I'm talking $1.20,
at most.
$10.20. Maybe.
You're looking at a future sponsor of the podcast.
Let's go.
Yes. Yes. Let's go to McDonald's and meet about your sponsoring our podcast
Fantastic.
through the royalties from Pastor Poet.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You have a cool wife,
Truly.
an
Yeah.
amazing family.
Yeah.
You're a great pastor.
Great pastor, man.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks for being here, man.
Love
Yeah.
you very much.
You
Love
too,
you the
bro.
best.